Salutations.
Hey guys, and good morning again. So we're doing a quick little video because we wanted to talk to you guys about heavy objects and strength and limitations in strength. So what I've noticed is there's been certain people that don't like, not really certain people, I'll say everyone in general, that won't push themselves to grab the heavier weight, you know, because they feel that it might be too heavy. Okay, so that's exactly what I want to talk about. What too heavy means. So to kind of drive that point home, we brought a little friend with us here. I think it's called Bulldog, and we're gonna go over a few exercises. We'll start off with the shoulder press, right? So I'm gonna do a shoulder press because Aman's too tall; he'll hit the ceiling. Or I'm gonna attempt to do a shoulder press. I already did one before, so I might not be able to again.
So Rances here is pressing 32 kgs over his head. Now, I know, let's say right now Rances grabs it, right, and he's trying to do a swing and clean it up. He's thinking in his mind, wow, this is really heavy. Am I going to be able to press this? Now he has either two options. Either he changes mentality about it because, you know, he's going to know that he's going to press it, or his form is going to sacrifice, which we don't want at all.
So there's really too heavy. Many of you watch me do that and say, whoa, that's too heavy, he shouldn't be doing that. You know, that's the constant thought that we hear go around. And just to be clear, Aman and I, we consider ourselves strength athletes. That's what we do. We progress our strength, we keep working towards our strength. So with that said, there is the words too heavy only means one thing, like Aman said. It's something that you simply can't do. So if you would have seen me not be able to get that up, get stuck here, keep trying, shake until it starts coming down, I can't do it. Too heavy. The other factor is it makes you sacrifice your form. But this one is interesting. When you are forced to sacrifice your form to do something, there's another factor that Aman's touched upon a bit, which is your mental willpower, right? So if we can imagine this bell here is trying to dominate me. It's telling me, listen, I'm gonna make you crumble under me. And the opposing force is telling it, screw you, I'm gonna dominate you, right? I'm gonna control you, I'm gonna do what I want with you. So now with this said, if I were to fall over here to push it, use my legs to get it up there, right? I got it up, okay. But if I have to do that and that's the only way I can get it up, then yeah, you can call that too heavy. But now if I stick to it, and just the way I did, I come up to here and I can't get it up. My body doesn't get sacrificed. I still can't get it up. That is more honorable than doing all of that. So keeping that form strong is really setting the point home. Now you're getting stronger in proper form, right? So if I have to sacrifice my body, the integrity that I stand for, because that's the only way I'm going to get it up, then I'm not strong enough to get it up.
So let me touch upon one thing. What he means by that is, Rances, can you just do that again where you're struggling? So if he's struggling right here, and then from here he goes down, relax, that has more value in the exercise itself than when you're sacrificing form, potentially increasing the chances of your injury at the same time and then getting it up. So it's not necessarily that him struggling so much made it easier, because sometimes sacrificing form can make things harder. So you have to really stay focused when you're doing an exercise. It's like you want to stay in perfect form at all times.
And remember, your body is trying to find the easiest way to do something, right? The shortest distance from point A to point B. Many times, that's not the safest way, because your body is an effective, efficient machine, right? So if we're doing deadlifts, Aman, actually, if you can do deadlift, I'll adjust the camera so they can see you down. Okay, so he's doing a deadlift there, right? And for a deadlift, this is not a heavy weight. But now, Aman, pretend like this is a heavy weight. What would change in your body? Let's say this is your 345 pounds right now. How would you do this deadlift? Go. So if you guys notice, yeah, he was struggling, imagining it was that heavier weight. But besides the struggle, nothing else changed, right? He still kept the same form. He still dominated the weight the same way. And nothing changed, right? The only thing that changed was maybe the speed of it. But he got to the top from the bottom the same way. So pretty much if the weight is forcing you to lose the integrity of how you're standing, so don't lift it up, Aman, because I don't want you to get hurt, but just pretend like it's too heavy and you're going to sacrifice form to get it up. See his back rounding, right? He's trying to get it up all he can. Okay, good. So that's just for example's sake. If that's the case, then two things. Yeah, he's not strong enough to get that up. But it's not necessarily mean that the weight's too heavy so he lost his form. It's more like he didn't have enough integrity to keep his form, if that makes any sense. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. So one thing real quick, what Rances is saying is, it's better when you're trying to deadlift to stick to it even if the weight's not moving at all, and work the right muscles instead of trying to lift it and sacrificing form, and next thing you know, you're pulling your back or something like that. So that's what you don't want.
So for example, the swings. You guys been doing swings. Some of you want to go with the lighter weight because you're afraid of hurting yourself. Now the swing is a beautiful example of this because it doesn't force you to hurt yourself. Okay. Now this is a little interesting here. If you're doing a light weight, right, and then you go to a heavy weight and swinging that heavy weight, your back hurts. So you say that's too heavy. Let me stick to that light weight. What's really happening is that light weight, you're still hurting your back. It's just so light that you can't really tell. You can't notice, right?
At least not at that moment, but you'll definitely feel it later on.
With repetition, it's going to show up, okay? But now the heavy bell is honest, it's true. It doesn't lie to you. It tells you, hey, your form is off, fix it, or you're going to get hurt. And right away, that's when you pick up that bell, you do one swing, and you're like, oh, my back hurt. That's that bell being honest to you. Appreciate that, right? Because now, if you can adjust with the heavy bell and in a position where your back doesn't hurt and keep swinging, it doesn't mean that you got stronger necessarily within those 5 seconds of the adjustment. It means you fix your form. So now the heavy bell, you can swing it. It doesn't matter. If you can lift it, you can swing it, right?
Yes,
we know this guy who was doing a swing with 465 pounds. 465 pounds swinging, okay? So just let that melt in for a second. So my point is, the motion, a lot of people relate this motion, they're like, oh, you're screwing your back up. Absolutely not. Only way you're screwing your back up, and this is what we've talked about before in the previous years in other classes, is you're only screwing your back up with a swing if you're doing it improperly. If you're doing it properly, there's no way, shape, or form that you can hurt yourself with proper form. Doesn't matter how heavy the bell gets. The heavier it gets, the only thing it means is that you have to pump even harder to get that bell higher. And sometimes, if it's really heavy, you might not be able to reach it up to chest level. That's all that heavy bell means. Anything with that?
That was perfect. Just exactly that. The only thing that can change with a heavy bell is it doesn't come chest level. Other than that, obviously the trajectory is sending it back right away, and it should look exactly like a deadlift and snap those hips right back up.
So let's do this. So you guys can see Aman and I, our bodies are slightly different. So Aman's going to do a few swings. If you can face this way, I'll bring the camera over here so you can see you from the side. And then we'll switch, you'll hold the camera, and I'll do some swings. We'll wrap it up there. So you can see kind of the difference of the way your different bodies react differently with the swings.